And what made you decide you were going to go full time with it?
I got fired from my job.
What made you decide to keep going?
Seeing what I saw at IAAPA, all the stars are lined up for you. Like right now, so $200 in our pocket. So that's what for us. That's how we got started.
Hi everybody, Brigitte with JumpOrange here, and today on the JumpOrange podcast, I have a special guest with me, Jonathan Naranjo. Jonathan is the owner of Horsing Around Inflatables in Ocala, Florida, with his wife and 3 children. And he actually started the business originally with his brother, Freddie Naranjo. They each put in $200 to buy their first bounce house when they were living in South Florida. And that's kind of how the whole journey began, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about that story?
Yep. Story goes a little bit before the $400 bounce house. We were having a party for my daughter. She was turning 4, my oldest daughter at the time. And this is right the year before the pandemic. And we rented the bounce house. We were at a park, rented the bounce house, had them come out. We're at the grill. We're seeing them do their thing. And just like everybody else gets asked, walked up to the guy, what you make on a weekend?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he makes so much. I have to make it things like 2.5, 3 weeks to make it.
Wow. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. In that, I didn't like the inflatable he brought. It was old and dingy, and just their presentation was not. But they must have been doing something right to get me into client, I guess.
Yeah.
But I didn't know any difference. So at the grill, my brother and I would watch them. We're saying, well, we can do that. Just like everybody else, says something. That must be easy. Although we know he went. I mean, it's far from the truth.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Far from that idea. So right after that party, I started just going down this tunnel of research. I came across a brand new bounce house being sold out of a shed for $400. So I threw it at my brother and said, "Hey, look at this." And he said, "Well, you want to split it?" And I said, "Sure." $400, split it 2 ways, $200 that. So $200 in our pocket. That's what for us. That's how we got started.
Wow.
It was $200, a brand new bounce house. It was nothing. Just about 9 bounce houses. I mean, nothing to be impressed with. But in this job, we
got you into it.
He got us into it. He got us into it, and we thought, well, worst case scenario, we thought it was a risk. $4. I mean, we thought it was a risk at the time. We said, well, worst case scenario, with all the nephews and nieces and kids, there's about 12, 13 of that. At least we got balance for them.
Yeah.
So we can roll it up, put it in dad's one of that's first stalls or something, and they can stay there. That's how it started and burst.
Yeah. That's really cool that you guys went in together and, went for it. And then it sounds like you were doing a lot of research too. So
Yep.
we're really looking into the industry. So yeah, I really wanted to talk to you today about what it's like having a relative that also owns an inflatable company and kind of how your markets are differing. So you started out in South Florida.
Yeah.
And you guys got that bounce house, and then you guys got some more inflatables, right?
Yep.
So you were operating in South Florida until what year?
2021. So pandemic was still going on.
And what made you decide you were going to go full time with it?
I got fired from my job.
Oh, so yeah. So it was kind of
I knew that's where I wanted to be.
right.
But the being let go was kind of the fire that I needed to go really take the rest. But what happened?
And when that happened, what did you do after to get your business up and running?
Prayed.
Pray.
Prayed.
Oh, I love that.
Prayed.
Lots of research
counsel,
too.
Sought counsel from the wife. Sought counsel from.
How'd your wife feel about it?
Funny story. So a few years way before that, I got laid off. Not fired, different, laid off because company was going out of business, and she was not happy when I got home because I got laid off. This time, her approach was different. And as soon as I got home, she was supportive. She said, "All right, buddy, this is what you said you wanted to do full time. Go for it."
Yeah.
We hit the ground running, and we went for it.
I mean, having the support from your
Yeah,
spouse.
oh yeah, that's important.
That must make you feel so much more confident to go after it.
That's the drives. Look at your spouse and your children. No, this is who you're doing it for. Ultimately, that is the drive behind it all.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
So 2021, that's when you moved to Ocala?
Yep, we moved to Ocala, March of 21, and then right away went into the new job. But I knew that I wanted from official. Take all the counsel that everybody's giving me, and start the LLC, register, and you become official, pay taxes.
Yeah. Insurance.
Got insurance right away.
Website.
Website was in the process.
Because before you didn't have all that.
No, none of that. None of that. But I knew that was the aim. That was the goal. I knew I was going there.
Yeah.
Put some money into that.
And you also got a lot of experience.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So you learned how to take care of the equipment, clean it, roll it, what people were looking for, how to price it, what's worth it, what's not.
Yeah. Before I got to my market, before we moved there, I was studying that market. I was looking at it. I was analyzing, the companies that were out there, and just to know, and the actual, not just the companies, but the whole county itself, which is sort of where the name has birthed from. Which was my wife's idea. That was her idea of the name.
Oh, I love that.
For those who don't know, Ocala is known as the horse capital of the world.
Okay.
You drive through it, you'll see acres and acres of acres horse farms.
It's so woodsy.
Yes.
It's, there's a lot of state parks, national forests, springs, versus where you were before, South Florida, closer to the beach, kind of different climate. So as far as what your customers were looking for in South Florida versus now in Central Florida, has it changed?
Not much. No, I wouldn't say maybe more slides are requested here than they were down there. Well, I would say slides do get requested, but a lot of mixture over there.
Yeah, so your brother is seeing.
Yeah, he'll get slides, combos during the busy seasons where we're constantly getting asked for more slides. Combos are more okay, so let us slide that. We'll take combo. Nobody else can slide around here. We'll take the combo.
Yeah.
Waters. Sure, here you go.
And what size slides are you renting? What do you have in your inventory?
19 foot, 18 foot, 16 foot, 15 foot. So I like the small ones.
Yeah, and is there a reason for that?
There's a good reason for it. My competition, their mentality is bigger than best. I want to be the biggest. I want to be the best. Great. I said, okay, if I can bring in some small ones, have multiple of them, and be able to provide to the family that can't afford or have the space for that, but they can get a small slide for their toddler, for their younger kids of the 10s, I can make just as much money as they're making with their big ones. So they're dropping from Friday to Monday.
Yeah.
I'm flipping that same slide on the same weekend, or probably 3 times a week. They can save or more.
So they're doing 20 foot up, dual lanes, slip and slides, these massive units. How much are they doing it for the weekend?
I see people as low as $300.
Oh,
as low.
Oh my gosh.
That's $300.
Wow.
Would I?
And then you, on the other hand, let's say you're 18 or you're 19 foot. What is your rental looking like?
Starts at $330.
Okay. And is that all weekend or?
For the day.
Just for the day. Yeah. And then you flip it, right?
I'll flip it. So if Saturday order, we'll deliver it Friday. I'll have it for most of the Saturday. We'll come back, get it towards the end of the day. Nobody was on a water slide for 24 hours. That's the reality of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we'll go get to that night. We'll flip it, take the customer that same night if they're in our route. If not, we'll take it first thing Sunday morning.
So yeah, being able to flip it, you're turning this one unit into 2, maybe 3 tickets over the weekend that are 300 plus.
Really?
And then maybe your competitor's got these massive units that takes a crew of people to set up and to clean. Yep. And they're renting them for the whole weekend because they don't want to have to pick it up the same day. and maybe they're getting $300 to $500.
Yeah. They gotta do it cheap. There's guys that can do it. Number one, that's still not worth it though.
Yeah.
But there's a select, I wouldn't say a handful, select few that have big ones that do it right. But they have the bear power. I'm not there yet. It's fine.
Yeah, so you're like working within your means,
Right.
and also able to generate enough income to make
Right.
it sustainable and full-time,
Yep. 100%.
and have that like work-life balance too, right?
That is a trade-off in all this.
Yeah.
The focus is not the business. Focus is how much time I've actually been able to gain with my family.
Yeah.
There's, I mean, we can sit here and say, oh, business makes this one, brings that. Yeah, but how much time do you spend with the family? That can be 20 hours and gained. Man, I've replaced working at 8 to 5. Like, that is my currency. Time that I'm able to, I can't make time, and I can't gain it back.
Mm-hmm.
Money, make money, you're gonna lose. Money, it comes and goes. The time, you gain it once, that's it.
That's it.
That's been the game changer for me, the business.
Definitely.
How much time I get with them. Eventually, the goal is to have a team. All right, guys, do your thing.
Yeah.
You know, working.
Totally. Like building the business.
Yeah, building the business.
But I mean, you're, 5 years in, 3 years with your official business. I mean, you're in a good place.
Yeah.
You told me previously you are now in a warehouse.
We're in the warehouse now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congrats.
We started out of the garage, but logistically, it just wasn't more capable.
Yeah.
Got into a storage for about 2 weeks while we were still garage hunting or warehouse hunting, and we moved into a warehouse.
So I know you started 2019, so that's like right before we had COVID and the shutdown and all of that.
That was my first IAAPA.
Oh, really?
We got there on a Friday. It was the last day, or Thursday, I forgot what it was, for the last 2 hours of the show. That was like the nail in the coffin. Like, okay, we got the one bounce house already. This is the nail in the coffin of where we're going. This is what we're investing time, money.
Yeah, IAAPA is so inspirational.
Yeah.
It really gives you that like motivation and that view of what's possible and what the future holds, and like how big the industry is, and you can meet other people in it, and then you kind of get that like, okay, let's hit this year mark, like we're ready, because it's right at the end, so it's like a couple months to like plan your next season.
And I thought, oh, we're gonna hit I'm saying this was the nail of the coffin, but I thought we were gonna hit the ground running, and COVID hits 3-4 months.
Yeah. So COVID hits. You're still working though?
Still working full time. Yep.
But you, like, how did you not say, you know what, the world's changed, I'm not going to do this anymore? Like, what made you decide to keep going? 2
things. Seeing what I saw at IAAPA. And second, I would say, I've met some really good people, and having them kind of just giving some really good like motivation. Like during this, like COVID wasn't even a thing to that. They just had to just change the game for a little bit. Okay, venture down, going back to friends where we start. That's where having these people like Al Sanchez and Tim down South Florida, just kind of getting to know the guys and leading them. They almost like, it's like they knew like they saw me, and it's special, but it's almost like they know when they meet somebody that okay, this person's like starting to look this. But they've also said like, oh, I see people and they'll come into it, they just don't got it.
Yeah. But they saw something in you.
Yeah.
They saw you were doing the research.
Right.
They saw you were highly motivated.
Yep.
And they actually like shared their
it took me under their
experience.
Wing. It took me under their wing, and they shared some valuable knowledge.
So that really like helped you move forward with it, because you could see what your goal was now. You could see what they built and where you could go with this business.
Yeah.
And is that kind of around the time when you made the plan, like, I'm going to move out of South Florida?
Yeah, in the middle.
And you're going to start your official business and go for the full time?
Yeah, so in the middle of COVID, Dad moved up to Ocala, South Florida. We're living there, but we know that we can't afford it. But it just wasn't cutting out with the job that I had. A good job providing for a family of 5, just wasn't getting cut in down South Florida. So we saw opportunity. Get out of South Florida. Dad's already up there. We could move into a brand new house, and then we could launch his business. Now, apart from the business aspect, I was sharing these things with them as well, and they were saying, "Go for it!" Like
Yeah.
you have like all the stars are lined up for you. Right now, like this is just third cut. Apart from just business, life, it's gonna make if you go make the right life decisions, this is gonna impact your business positively. So.
And you had the support of your family.
Yes.
And that's, everything, right?
Yep. 100%.
And now you still have that, your brother, he's doing it.
Yeah.
You guys can bounce stuff off each other. It sounds like you created like a community too. You've got other business owners that you're friends with now.
Yep. So that's what, so going back to your original question is the benefit of doing this with family. Though my brother and I are two separate entities, two separate areas of Florida. It's been really cool. I think in our relationship has bonded more than vinyl.
Oh, that's so cool.
I think our families have done it more, and cousins have done it more. So yes, vinyl could bring families together.
Could be something that your kids inherit. Could be something that you motivate other people in your family to start doing in their city, or
Yeah, our girl's saying is that when we get older, we're gonna win. It's like, no, bro, you're using that. Right. Like you're doing it out there. Like we should have a crew doing this, and check in, everybody's
managing it and
manage it.
that's amazing.
Yes, there is a vision in this.
And it's important to have that vision because you know what you're working for. So when it does get rough, you do have a government shutdown. You do get laid off of your job. You do have all these things that come up. You're like, okay, this is happening, but I'm not getting distracted because I see where I'm headed.
Right.
Everybody who listened to this podcast is sponsored by JumpOrange. Please head to our website, JumpOrange.com. You can sign up for our email and our text messages and get notified when we have exclusive sales and events. Like we will have tickets for IAAPA for our customers. So please come out to IAAPA this year. Also, when you sign up, you get a $75 coupon off your first purchase. For everybody who enjoys our podcast, please make sure you hit that like button, type in a comment, let us know if you have any questions for Jonathan or I, or if you know of anybody who we should bring onto the channel, and make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for your support.
I nominate Carlos from Bounce.
Oh, yes, Carlos Polanco. I've been trying to get him on here, so that's perfect. Carlos, if you're listening, it's about time.
There you go.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day.